How I Learned English. My Journey to Fluency. Hello, everyone. Today, I want to share my journey of learning English, a story full of challenges, surprises, and valuable lessons. Whether you're just starting or looking for inspiration to keep going, I hope my story will motivate you to continue your English learning journey. The beginning. My first encounter with English. My English learning journey began when I was in middle school. At first, English seemed like an alien language, difficult, confusing, and overwhelming. I remember struggling to even say simple words like hello or thank you correctly. My teacher, though kind, focused heavily on grammar, and I found myself memorizing rules without really understanding how to use them. But one day, everything changed. I watched a movie in English with subtitles, and it opened a new world for me. I realized English wasn't just a subject in school. It was a tool to connect with the world. The struggles. Overcoming fear and mistakes. Like most learners, I was afraid of making mistakes. I remember once trying to order a coffee in English while traveling and accidentally saying, "Can I have a coffee without sugar and without milk?" The barista laughed and said, "So, black coffee?" I felt embarrassed, but that moment taught me an important lesson. Mistakes are part of the process. I also struggled with pronunciation. Words like comfortable or schedule seemed impossible to pronounce correctly. To improve, I started mimicking native speakers. Shadowing became my go-to technique. I would listen to a sentence and repeat it exactly as I heard it. It felt awkward at first, but over time, my accent improved significantly. The breakthrough. Finding fun in learning. The real breakthrough came when I found ways to make learning fun. I started listening to English songs and reading their lyrics. I became obsessed with the Beatles and Taylor Swift. Singing along not only improved my vocabulary, but also helped with my pronunciation and rhythm. Then, I discovered TV shows like Friends and The Office. These shows taught me everyday expressions and how to use humor in English. I began keeping a notebook where I wrote down new phrases I learned, such as "How's it going?" or "What's up?" The turning point. Immersing myself in English. One of the best decisions I made was immersing myself in English. I changed my phone and laptop settings to English, started journaling in English, and even made a few international friends online. Speaking with them was intimidating at first, but they were patient and encouraging. I also joined a language exchange program. Once a week, I would meet with someone who wanted to learn my native language, and in return, they would help me practice English. These conversations made me more confident in speaking and taught me about different cultures. The challenges. Staying consistent. Consistency was one of the hardest parts of learning English. There were days when I felt like giving up, thinking, "Why am I even doing this?" But then I reminded myself of my goals. I wanted to travel, meet new people, and advance my career. To stay motivated, I set small, achievable goals. For example, I challenged myself to learn 5 new words every day and use them in sentences. I also rewarded myself for reaching milestones, like completing a book in English or holding a 15-minute conversation without switching to my native language. The rewards. Reaping the benefits. Learning English changed my life. It opened doors to opportunities I never imagined. I got a chance to attend international conferences, make friends from all over the world, and even land a job where English is the primary language. The best part, I can now watch movies without subtitles and fully understand the jokes in them. That feeling of understanding and connection is priceless. My advice to you, if I could give you one piece of advice, it would be this: enjoy the journey. Learning English is not just about mastering grammar or memorizing vocabulary. It's about connecting with people, exploring new cultures, and discovering yourself in the process. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. They are your best teachers. Find what works for you, whether it's watching movies, listening to music, or talking to friends. Most importantly, never give up. Taking the next step, advanced learning. As I became more fluent, I realized that learning English was a continuous journey. I started exploring advanced topics like business English, idioms, and phrasal verbs. These were challenging but incredibly rewarding to master. I also began participating in online courses and webinars. Platforms like Coursera and YouTube offered endless opportunities to refine my skills. I particularly enjoyed TED Talks, which not only improved my listening skills, but also inspired me with new ideas and perspectives. Sharing what I learned. One of the most fulfilling parts of my journey was helping others. I started tutoring friends and sharing tips on social media. Explaining concepts to others solidified my own understanding and gave me a sense of accomplishment. Now I create content to inspire others to learn English. Whether it's sharing study techniques or funny learning moments, I hope to make language learning enjoyable for everyone. Final thoughts. Learning English has been one of the most transformative experiences of my life. It's not just about speaking another language. It's about building bridges and opening doors to endless possibilities. So, if you're on your English learning journey, keep going. Remember, every word you learn, every conversation you have, and every mistake you make brings you closer to your goal. Thank you for being a part of my journey, and I'd love to hear about yours in the comments below. Let's keep learning together.